Wake me up when it's...
I want time to slow down.
Take me home. Carolina, I miss you in my bones. Carolina, I miss you in my bones. I feel alone.
And action, cut. Action.
I'm 21.
She's 21 years old.
My birthday's on June 6th, so I expect to be hearing from you.
Kristen, what are you learning right now about growing up?
Oldest sister's getting married tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So there's a lot of transitioning and a lot of like reminiscing on our childhood home videos of myself as a 6-year-old. And life was just so simple. Problems would come up and it was either this option or this option. And so it was beautiful.
It was beautiful. And what's that telling you now?
Like the season of life I'm in now, graduating in jobs. It's cliche, but live in the moment.
Live in the moment, baby.
And
yes,
just like relish the time that you get with your friends because
that is so true.
Those days fly by.
And they're flying by.
They're flying by, and it's scary to think about. And you may never get those days back. So, anyway.
You're gonna make me cry. Okay. Liz, how old are you?
Now here, you know, not
Right now I'm growing up, I'm
part
learning that I am capable of taking care of myself.
How old are you, Steven?
I am 24. I think the main thing that I'm learning right now is that life only gets busier and fuller. And you being present has nothing to do with how busy you are. That's all.
Word. That's good.
25 years old. Growing up, Val, is a very interesting concept because you're trying to hold on to the fun of your youth for as long as possible, but you're trying to do that in a way where you're able to adapt to the new environments, like working 40 hours a week, having to pay for your own stuff, and all these things that you know are coming down the line, but you're not really prepared for. What I'm learning about it is that it is both fun and terrifying at the same time.
Corinne Nelson, 23, 22 years old.
Two things, but they relate. It's like just to really not take yourself too seriously. Any advice I've gotten from older people recently has been like, just like freaking laugh it off because everyone's faking it. Yeah, so to not take yourself too seriously and just like kind of in light of that, just be humble.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to be looking at the camera?
You can look wherever. This is Sophie.
This is Sophie.
How old are you, Soph?
I'm 21. Growing up is a crazy adventure.
Yes.
Every day has just new twists and turns and excitement, thrills, but also routine and like a sense of purpose. I'm learning to hold everything with open hands.
Growing up feels like the bones inside your body are growing faster than your skin, and it's being stretched and almost tearing.
Whoa.
Because people are expecting all these things from your bones, and your skin hasn't grown to that point yet.
That's crazy.
It's so true.
So when you think that you stop growing, for some people it
I love
actually happens.
Yeah, it's so true.
Because I have grown an inch this past year.
Wait, no way. I want time to slow down. That's what I'm noticing. And so I'm trying to make some time slow down and capture all
I love slow life. This is good lighting.
Yeah, being productive and doing grown-up things doesn't have to take like the childlike wonder out of you.
Be childlike, not childish.
So good.
To all the boys I've loved
To all the
before.
boys I've loved part 1 and part 2.
Not childish.
So true.
Drop the mic.
Drop mic.
Who's mine? Drop him.
Who's my?
You got 3 options when you move to a city. Think about transitioning in life: job, spouse, city. You never get all three, and you rarely get 2 out of 3.
That if there's something that they want to go and do, that they should go and do it as soon as possible when they're young.
Growing up is weird.
Growing up is not weird, and if Val's saying that the video is, then don't believe her.
Okay.
I want to get. I'll make myself a drink.
You should.
Feels like I think I want. They don't know. I'm gonna put something in here.
Yeah.
And some people are just better at acting like they do know what they're doing.
Like me, that's
But really, nobody knows.
That is so true. Do you know what you're doing, Kayla?
No.
Me neither.
Finally letting my guard down and finding my way back
Stick to your goals and your passions, and don't give up on something if they seem really difficult and it sounds really corny, but if it's something that you really love, just keep trying for it.
And I used to think that like as long as I had time in the calendar that I could fill it up, have no problem just chugging stuff out, just grinding. Mental and emotional capacity is not something that you can really track on a calendar, and so making sure that you schedule out time for margin to reflect, to consider what the Lord's teaching you, to consider how you can love and encourage the people in your life.
Tell myself what I would change in my 20s would be the realization that the ordinary is sacred. And that life is sacramental, and that it doesn't matter what you're doing, from rinsing the dishes, to changing the diapers, to schooling, to whatever it is. It's all part of God's creation, it's all part of His plan, and it changes the way you look at life in your daily mundane chores.
Yeah, I think there's always this stigma of like, this is what you're supposed to do in your 20s, this is what you're supposed to do in your 30s. That's not how it goes. That's not always how it goes. And so I think to break down those cultural barriers that like, your life's not over because you haven't gotten to those goals or made it to this certain time in your life at a certain age. And so I think what I love to preach to myself is just the freedom of living every day. I'm like being free kind of gal.
Free to be a work in progress.
Feel free to be a work in progress.
My name's Nate Drake. If I could tell 2 things I would tell my 20-year-old self. 1, live every week like it's Shark Week. 2, worry less about being in front of the right people who are going to put you on the path that you want to be on, and just focus on yourself getting good at whatever you are trying to do, and let the relationships and the people that'll find you and open doors for you, let that all just come, and you just get better at doing what you want to do with your life. So there are 2 things that I've learned coming on 29.
Man, guys, I have a friend named Trent. He's older than me, past his 20s. He didn't want to be on video, but I knew he had a lot of good words to say. I just knew he would, so I asked him to talk to him about it. And I'm going to share with you part of what he said because it was really good, and I could cry about it because I just love the way he speaks, and I love his words, I love his heart. I told Trent, growing up, I feel like I'm not old enough to be growing up. But I am, and it's weird, and he gave me this analogy. He told me to think about a dog. When you meet a dog, you don't think about its age, you just think like, oh, it's a dog. Whenever we apply that to people, it's people are people. He told me that we grow up through the experiences life throws at us and the way we approach those, and that's whenever we grow up. He did something hard today. He challenged himself today, and he said that he is older now than he was this morning because of the way he's matured through just this day by taking a leap of being uncomfortable and trying something new that he has never done before. And I just think that's really beautiful. We're all just dogs. Not dogs, but people are people. Age doesn't mean anything. We're all just growing up and learning and maturing every day. So just love people where they're at because we're all just going. He said it a lot better than I did, but I just really wanted to share my friend's thoughts.